going to shows, mingling with people, going to tribute acts, going to the pop-up shop. What Metallica do as a band in a whole, blood drives, giving back to charity, bringing people together that we can all go to these shows, spend the weekend, go traveling, go to different cities, experience new things.
Yeah.
We have a lot to thank them for, and they are the best band.
We certainly do. I thought it was great. I sadly didn't walk out with quite what I had hoped to get with the exclusive shirts, but everything was really cool. I loved seeing the little land of Master of Puppets with the proper crosses set up and everything.
Damage Inc., that band as well, was meant to be awesome the night.
That was fantastic. I got to see that on the Friday night.
Tell us about that. What did you think of the sound at the show?
It was a little bit lost, and I think that was because open air roof wasn't closed, so Evanescence actually really took me away. I will not lie, I was kind of shit-canning him a bit on the way in. It's just like, wow, what an odd choice. Why would anyone think that's the right move?
I definitely, when I woke up the next morning and I was watching the set list, I was kind of like going, okay. Welcome back to another episode of That Sound Podcast. Today we are joined by Cael McLeish from Western Australia. How do you pronounce it? I don't want to say it wrong. What's the town?
We're called Bunbury.
Bunbury, and it's about 2 or 3 hours from Perth. Cool. So we are definitely going to talk about and review the most recent Metallica show in Australia. Cael, you were there. Before we get into that, I did check out your social medias. You are a musician yourself.
Yes.
Tell us a little about your journey in music. How did you get into it, or how did you fall in love with music?
Well, according to Mum and Dad, I was kicking along to Enter Sandman in the womb after they saw The Wedding Singer, and it was kind of a little bit of a foregone conclusion. Just the more music I was around, the more I seemed to engage with it, and then, you get into age 5 and 6, they're starting to put me into guitar lessons, Kinder Rock stuff, start singing, start playing drums, go through it all, get back to guitar, and then start gigging, and just, it's just always been a part of me.
I'd seen a great video of you. You were doing Tenacious D.
I
actually got to catch Tenacious D with Metallica in Dublin in 2008, and it was a brilliant show. A great mix of Tenacious D and Metallica. But that's awesome. So you play guitar, and are you kind of going around Perth? Are you going around your local area? Or what kind of stuff?
I go wherever I can. I go pretty much exactly just wherever I can. So,
cool. Are you doing covers? Are you doing any of your own stuff, or what are you into?
I have been doing more of my originals lately. I've actually just brought out a new EP on July 21st called Everywhere But Anywhere, which is 6 songs I've been writing over the last 10 years or so.
Brilliant.
And it's doing well.
Definitely. We'll put a link in the description for your music. Definitely will. So Metallica then. Yeah. Any other love before Metallica, or did you go straight into Metallica? Because I know my journey and a lot of people kind of start small and then they find Metallica and they go deep. But I started with pop and stuff like that. I don't know about yourself.
Well, I was actually kind of a Creed fan. I know, Taboo. Everyone's
so funny because a lot of people have dropped Creed. I'm like, okay, but it seems to be Creed and Metallica have a definite connection with the fans. But look at
Dad had that 3 versions of one single that I think dropped in about 93, which is the studio version of the demo and the live version, which I think was somewhere on the Black Album tour. And I kind of wore that out, and Dad's like, well, get into the actual albums. And it was Black Album and Load and Reload. And kind of started in there.
Right.
From about 2008, I was starting to listen to Death Magnetic when that first dropped. And then 2010, saw him for the first time.
Where was that?
That was the Burswood Dome here in Perth that no longer exists, actually.
Right. And that would have been the Death Magnetic tour?
Yeah, Death Magnetic tour.
Right. And was that indoor then, or was that indoor show?
Yeah, indoor show.
That was the only time I got to see Metallica indoors, and it's so much better indoors, I think,
It,
sound wise.
it kind of is, yeah.
Oh my God. Like, yeah, it was a basketball arena. I got to see them in America. It was, oh my God. Yeah, nothing beats it for sound. But, touching back on some of them albums that you mentioned, what is your take on Load and Reload?
I've always loved them, actually.
Yeah.
It's yeah, everyone likes to poo-poo them for being, oh, it's not the real Metallica
Yeah,
anymore.
I
It's
don't
just
like
like,
that shit. Yeah, no, 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 no.
have you ever considered that sometimes an artist needs to grow and evolve?
Exactly, exactly. I'm with you there. Yeah, like so I think it's like don't know, like yeah, like some people think it's the cool thing to do is like shit on Load and Reload and like shit on Saint Anger and like, like yeah, I think it's like the done thing to do on the internet these days. It's like
Yeah, and
people
it's
afraid
never
to have
hit me
the
as something that should be done.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Like people's like afraid to have their own opinion. They're just like sheep and they follow what somebody else says. But I definitely
Yep.
did. I loved Load, and I will hold my hands up. I kind of fell away with it, and other albums. Like I've fallen away with not Metallica, like other bands, and then I fall back in love with it. But definitely with the new box set that came out in the last year or two previous to that, I definitely fell in love with it again. And it's
Yeah.
probably one of my go-tos lately is Load. More so than Reload. I don't know about yourself.
Yeah, I'd probably say that's fair. I'd definitely be hitting the load end a bit harder than the reload end, but that's not
Have
to
you?
say there's not great songs on reload as well.
Yeah, no, there is.
But I mean, if you go into my YouTube, I've been doing something called my Shedio Sundays, where I actually just go and record a song in my little studio in the shed. And I think week before last, I actually covered Mama Said. So
I did see that. Yeah. Have you
yeah,
seen any of the videos that Metallica were dropping? I think they did was it the Outlaw Torn and there was like the competition, yeah, you put
yeah, that was for that. I didn't make the short list on the end of that, but I thought I did too good of a job to just let it not happen. So,
yeah, man. Hey, it's fun. You know what I mean? It's fun. It doesn't
oh,
matter.
it certainly is.
Getting shortlisted is just a bonus. Another album that you mentioned and we talked about, Debt Magnetic. I loved that when it dropped. I don't know about
Me
yourself.
too. It's actually still my favorite Metallica album,
Wow,
which
nice.
is probably quite telling, but yeah.
Yeah, like I'll hold my hands up. I have a love-hate relationship with Saint Anger. Um, I definitely like some songs on it, and I definitely do not like tracks on it. But
Yeah.
I kind of like this is so good, and I'm like, oh, it's so bad. It's like that's the relationship I have with it. But then when Dead
Yeah.
Magnetic came out, I'm like, yes, we're back. The DNA is here. The fast thrasher is back. The intensity, the riffs, the solos, everything was back. But
Yeah.
it was at times a hard listen on headphones because of the
Oh,
like,
certainly.
oh God,
Certainly.
damn, I need to take a break.
It's kind of an album that you love in spite of the production, not for it.
Yeah, no, same with Justice. I'm with Justice all day. Like I love
Yeah.
Justice, and yeah, it has its flaws, but I don't care. It's still a masterpiece in my ears, and like
Oh,
Open
it certainly is, man.
Blackened, and oh my God. So yeah, so you fell in love. So did you say then the Black Album too? Did you get that one first, and kind of morphed into the other ones?
So, Dad had those from before I was born. I was born in '98.
Okay,
Black Album, Load and Reload were always on the shelf. I just never really gravitated towards those to start with. And then, after I wore out his one single, they kind of put me onto the rest of it.
right, excellent. So right, the build up to Perth, the Metallica show, huge excitement in Australia when the tour dropped. When did you first hear of it? Do you remember going, damn, I got to get tickets to this one?
I was kind of in that rumor mill for a while beforehand, and as everything started to click, it's just like, yep, I got to do this. I was at the last show they did here in Australia, which was the 4th of March 2013 here in Perth. And just the second that kind of went on sale, it's like, all right, I don't really want to lose that title. So
Yeah.
I am going to see the Sydney show in a couple of weeks as well, just because I don't want to stop saying I was at the last Metallica show in Australia.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
if they want to count Auckland as part of Australia because New Zealand, but
Yeah, I hear.
we know it's a different country, so
Yes, yes, yes.
separately.
Yeah,
But yeah, I want to be there at the end of that run because I still don't know if they're ever going to be making it back here.
yeah. There's definitely that rumor mill that like this is kind of ticking the box. Like, I guess it's so scary too. Like, I'm getting Ida for the summer next year in Europe. I got
Yeah,
lucky getting that, and for that reason too, I was going to go to the World Cup in America, the soccer World Cup, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this instead because you just don't know when the guys are going to pack it in. Like,
no,
they look like they're, and even in the Perth show, we're going to get into the set list in a little bit, but like they look to be on fire. They still look happy as hell.
oh hell yeah,
Everybody looks better than they did 10 years ago. Lars is playing out of his skin. Kirk is playing it. They all are. They all have a great vibe. And I don't know why it would stop, but I'm like, they've done it all. They've made the best albums ever in my ears. They've toured it the world, God knows how many times. Like, will they stop? I don't know. Maybe will they just stay
yeah,
in America? I just don't know. And that is the fear. And that's why I was like, I'm going to as many shows this coming year as I can. Like you just said,
yeah.
you're going to do Perth, you're going to do Sydney. Was it hard to get tickets for Perth when they came out?
Not really, no, because luckily for me, fifth member legacy, so I kind of had that in. Was the first pre-sale, A reserved, pretty much walked out unscathed.
Cool. And Sydney the same?
Sydney the same. You got B reserved for that one because we kind of said we'll go nice and close and then we'll get a further back view and make it different in that sense as well. But yeah,
Sweet. And in the were you sitting for the Perth show or were you standing?
yeah, we sit.
We
I'm
sat.
no, I'm
Right. Okay. Okay.
unless I'm them playing for them, I kind of prefer not to be a whole
Yeah, I hear
part
you.
of that scene.
Yeah, I was just at a show in Dublin on Saturday. I don't know if you're familiar with a band called Turnstile.
Yeah, I know him.
Oh my God Almighty! Like I was lucky enough I got on the rail. But
Yeah.
like, behind me was carnage. Is the only way I can describe it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm too old for that crack anymore. I'm like I seen broken ankles. I'm like oh my God. But I
Yeah.
did hear. Let's get into it then. What was? Did you catch? Oh, sorry. Did you go to the pop-up shop?
I did actually, yeah.
Tell us about that.
I thought it was great. I sadly didn't walk out with quite what I had hoped to get with the exclusive shirts, but everything was really cool. I loved seeing the little land of Master of Puppets with the proper crosses set up and everything. I
Mm,
loved seeing all the reprint shirts going back past the 90s, probably into the 80s.
it is, yeah, yeah,
There was so much stuff there that I probably would have grabbed that I didn't, and I'm looking forward to being in Sydney so I can have another chance at that.
yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought they were exceptionally well set up.
Was there much of a line to get in, or what day did you check it out?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was Friday and I had been working for 5 hours, 2 hours south. So by the time I was there, the line had kind of dissipated. But from the moment it started, it was making the news because that thing was all the way down the street.
Wow, wow.
It was, yeah, it was long for something out here.
Yeah, it was the same. I caught the Madrid show a couple of years ago, and it was the same. Like but people, I guess the limited edition, the splatters and the posters and the skate decks and stuff. Probably more so in Australia, the skate decks would be probably more popular.
Yeah,
I did
wouldn't
see,
be surprised actually.
yeah, Luke Priest. He done the ride the snake deck. I think that was awesome. I seen it online. It looked absolutely
Oh
amazing.
yeah,
Another cool thing that I seen in Perth was the blood drive.
yes, they're doing that all across Australia, and I think it's awesome because
Yeah.
it ties into the all within my stuff. But there is never enough of it going around to really stop, and I think it's great that Metallica's kind of taken that on their chin and gone, hey, so we'll give you a free shirt if you go and do this,
Yeah.
and it's like, cool, let's do it.
And people were lining up to do it. I think it's absolutely excellent.
Oh yeah,
And another cool thing that I seen that Metallica were kind of, I know they landed in Sydney first and they caught, I think James was on the Harbour Bridge and a few of the guys
yeah,
were out surfing and stuff. And then they went to the island, not what is it called?
Rottnest.
Rottnest, yes. And I was talking to a friend of mine, and they bumped into James out there, and
Yeah, right.
they kind of didn't really want to annoy him because he was with his
Yeah.
girlfriend, and he knew that they knew, and I didn't realize this. He has these pics, like he has a pic. It's like I just met James Hetfield, and all I got was this lousy pic. I think that is brilliant. I think it's
Yeah,
excellent.
that's awesome.
Like it's almost like a nice way of saying, go away, but you got a token for it,
Yeah.
with the off,
Oh, certainly.
you can't bombard these people, but I thought it was cool that they're enjoying themselves. I seen a video earlier. Kirk was, I think he was out on a speedboat somewhere in Adelaide. Just
Yeah, he was headed Rottnest as far as I could tell.
so they were still in Perth.
I think they arrived in Adelaide last night.
Okay, okay. I'm trying to remember how far is Adelaide from Perth.
It's a good 2-3 hour flight.
Yeah,
So
yeah. But
when you look when it on the map, so we're kind of on the left of Australia, and then you head downwards
yeah,
into Adelaide.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, as I said to you off air, I did spend a couple of weeks in Perth, and then I was in Melbourne myself. So it's Perth,
Yeah,
Adelaide, Melbourne, Sydney,
and they're doing Brisbane up top as
Brisbane,
well.
Brisbane, and then
I
over.
think, yeah, I think going Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, Brisbane, Sydney.
Oh, Brisbane, Sydney. Okay.
Sydney gets position to go back to New Zealand.
Right. Okay. And also, you got kind of jumping from stories here. Oasis. I don't know. Are you a fan of Oasis? They're bouncing around Australia right now too.
I'm not the hugest fan of Oasis, and they're actually only doing Melbourne and Sydney, so I didn't have the chance, even if I wanted to.
Yeah, no, I'm not a huge fan either. I seen some idiots in Melbourne were throwing like flares in the crowd. Did you see that?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Can't be
idiot.
doing that.
No,
Cannot be doing that.
like you know what I mean. You want to just go to a show and have fun, but so okay, you got to the pop up shop. You enjoyed that. Nice mixing with
Yeah.
friends. The blood drive was brilliant in Perth. I heard it was an absolutely killer, show from the fans to go and do it. I was also chatting to the chapter head from Australia, Anesthesia Draining. He was saying that the numbers were huge. Damage Inc.,
Yeah.
that band as well, was meant to be awesome the night.
That was fantastic. I got to see that on the Friday night.
Oh,
And
tell us about
yeah.
that.
Well, they're going through basically all the deep cuts right now. So when I saw them, they opened the show with 72 seasons straight into Dyer's Eve. And when that's the first two songs of the show,
Dyer's
you
Eve.
know you're in for some actual, you're in for a rough night,
Yeah,
basically.
unbelievable.
And, going through something from every album, and they still did like six of the main big songs that everybody knows,
Yeah.
only one of which wasn't actually played at the show. And just, yeah, everything was fantastic. They even threw in the that different version of All Within My Hands that they did at one of the benefit shows where it was the acoustic version electrified. So they did that,
Wow.
and that was just like, wow.
Cool, cool. And there was a lot of chapters from around the world that day. I'd say it was great fun, just
Oh
mingling
yeah.
and shooting the shit kind of. I'd say that was fun.
Yeah, well, it definitely is if you're not preoccupied with the show itself.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. And as you said, traveling around the same venues, they're doing the whole tour with Metallica, like they're doing the pre-shows, I think, in every city.
Same cities, but not the same venues. Like I think we had them at Amplifier, which is about 20-minute drive out of the actual stadium. So
Right.
yeah, this is like main city of Perth, and then the stadium's over in a little spot called Burswood.
Cool, cool. So what was the venue like that Metallica played? Optus, right? Optus? Is that what
Off
it's,
the stadium, yeah.
what is it like overall? It's a fairly new arena, am I right in saying?
It's fairly new, yeah. I think they only opened it in about 2017, 2018.
Right, right,
It's now our home of AFL in Perth.
right.
So sharing for the Eagles and the Dockers and getting all the games that we can over here. I think we actually hosted the grand final during COVID.
Wow. Okay, okay. So what did you think of the sound at the show?
It was a little bit lost, and I think that was
Really?
because open air roof
Yes. Yeah.
wasn't closed. So I was on the side angles, so it kind of, I think the wind took it a fair bit.
Yeah,
There
there's
were certainly points where you could hear a delay that definitely wasn't there.
yeah. I mean, there's not a lot production can do with that. You're at the
No,
elements, you
there
know.
isn't.
It's a bit unfortunate. What about the openers? Did you catch any of them? Suicidal and Evanescence?
I caught Evanescence more than I caught Suicidal. I was still in the line trying to get the poster at the stadium during Suicidal Tendencies. But Evanescence actually really took me away, I will not lie, I was kind of shit canning him a bit on the way in. It's just like, wow, what an odd choice. Why would anyone think that's the right move?
Yeah.
And then they start this like, oh, because they're actually really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why they're here. They
Yeah.
actually really send it.
Yeah, I was totally with you, man. I was like, Evanescence, really? But then they had bands like not Five Finger Death Punch, Ice Nine Kills over in Europe here, and I was kind of like,
Yeah,
really? And I watched them, and they're all about production, and it was like still bright when they were doing the show, and for me, I just get it. I was like, I don't know if they,
yeah.
but I read online and I have talked to some people, and they all said Evanescence was absolutely amazing.
Oh, they really were. And just, yeah, I had turned down the opportunity to go and see their sideshow here a couple of days before, and a mate of mine had really wanted me to go, and it's just like, I don't know, man, I'm not into it. And then I go and see it on the Saturday night, and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I owe you the show because
Mm.
that was
Funny, yeah. When Limp Bizkit were with Metallica as well, I've heard same reports where people were like, "Really, Limp Bizkit?" Like maybe back in or something, in Woodstock or something.
yeah.
And then when Limp Bizkit came out, and they were amazing. Like people said that Limp Bizkit fit Metallica perfectly because I think at the time Limp Bizkit were kind of they weren't taking themselves too serious. They kind of knew that they were a bit of a novelty act, and there's a bit of
Yeah.
nostalgia with their songs, but they the crowd perfectly. So Metallica are very good at that. Whoever is that, probably Lars has something to do with that. Evanescence,
I'd have to imagine.
yeah. You don't want somebody too good that's going to bring the limelight away, but enough to warm you up, which they've nailed.
Yeah.
They've really nailed it.
They absolutely did. Them vibes were just perfect, man.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So, let's get into the set list then. A
Yeah.
definitely a big talk and debate among Australian fans. There was a little bit of disappointment
Yeah.
online. I think people. I said to you offline, Cael, I didn't even realize until about 2 months before that the donut stage wasn't going, and
Yeah.
it was the end zone. And I was like, okay, okay. So I'm like, okay, how's that going to work? A lot of people are going to be disappointed because even like paying. I guess there was tickets, right? And there was early entry tickets and
Yeah.
all. The snake pit was pretty small too, I heard. Like is
Yeah. Well, definitely huge.
yeah, like I think someone said that the donut snake pit is maybe 1,000, where this one is only
Yeah.
a couple of hundred. But
It's only about half the donut.
yeah, yeah. But I guess, you know, you gotta take what you can get. It's still Metallica. It's still one of the
Yeah.
best throwing bands
Oh,
in
straight
the
up.
world, but
Straight up.
I definitely, when I woke up the next morning and I was watching the set list, I was kind of like going, okay, okay. But let's go through it.
Yeah.
So tell me what it's like after all them years. You're in your seat, you're excited, you hear it's a long way to the top, the ecstasy hits. How many goosebumps did you have?
Oh, all of them. But I think it's also worth saying that we were kind of a little bit agitated at that point because they actually delayed 20 minutes after the scheduled start time.
Okay.
Yeah, there was like a good 50 minutes after Evanescence
Right.
before Long Way to the Top started. And we're all sitting there just like, what the hell is going on? We're on the side, we can't see anything that's happening.
Yeah.
And just, okay, that's 8:30, let's go.
Yeah.
That's 8:40, what's going on? That's, oh my God, what is happening?
So what time did it hit the stage?
So They actually would have hit the stage about, well, you would have seen James and Lars come out about 8:57 after Ecstasy and Long Way.
Okay, so almost a half hour late, you could say.
Almost a half hour late with the intro tapes.
Okay, okay. Yeah, another question I want to ask you, did they have two drum kits or just the one drum kit?
I believe they were meant to have three. I only saw two myself, but there could have been three. There was one on the main stage. There was one out in the snake pit. I think there's one meant to be kind of to the side.
Okay.
I couldn't be too sure. You read the set list and it definitely marks three.
Yeah, because I do remember in Slane Castle, the one that I was at, that the drum kit came out right in front of the snake pit towards the end, maybe the last three or four songs, but majority of it was just
Yeah,
on the main. Because I know they were having issues in some places with the pop-up drums that were getting jammed and stuff
yeah.
if it was too hot. But
I,
okay,
I, I have a feeling it may have happened because during the show, I definitely noticed that Lars's techs were on the
scrambled.
kit a lot more often than they should have been.
Okay,
There
so
was there was even where they had taken one of Lars's snares out and Kirk and Rob were play fighting over it. It was getting that common.
oh shit. Okay, okay, I didn't see that. All right, good to know. Okay,
Yeah.
so not a good start. Half hour late. Okay, but please tell me Creeping Debt went well.
Oh hell yeah. That was awesome. The second that started, it was like, we're back. We are back.
Yes, yes. You know, what a track with like, it's
Oh
it's
yeah.
you know, so you get Creeping Death into Bells, and then
Yep.
you get a bit of a treat, I guess, with Holier Than Thou. It's in the mix.
Yeah. Holier Than Thou was fantastic.
Yeah. It's probably one of my favorites of that album. It's kind of
Yeah.
it's hidden in there. And another one that I love is Don't Tread on Me. I'd love to see that get in the mix.
Yeah, I'd love to see that get outside of just being in the Black Album set lists.
Yes, yes. Um, so okay, and then you get into Fuel. What's your take on Fuel?
Was really, really strong. And seeing that pyro up close and personal was just like, oh yeah, here we go. And that first hit, you could feel it on your skin. It's like, oh, yep, all right, that's real.
Yeah, yeah. I've talked to people that was in the Snake Pit, and they're like, "It's proper hot, like hot, hot."
Yeah.
I'm like,
Oh yeah.
Jesus Christ. But yeah. What's the fans like? Are they kind of because I did see difference where kind of how would you rate the crowd interaction? Was people kind of just sitting back watching it, or were they getting involved?
Yeah. A lot more of that in my section was there was a couple people in front of us that were standing up and rocking out, and then people right next to me are looking at me while I'm singing along like that's not how you do a concert. I was just like, yeah, I've been waiting about 12 years for this, mate. I don't know why you're not.
Okay, okay. So you'd say the vibe was a bit more relaxed, it wasn't?
Yeah, it was definitely not what I would have hoped for from a Metallica crowd in my section, but hey, that's one perspective on it.
Of course, of course. And kind of read the floor. How was the floor? Were they going nuts or was it kind of
I couldn't really tell
yeah, it's pretty
I,
dark. Yeah.
them, and I'm paying more attention to the stage, let's be
Yeah, yeah,
honest.
yeah, exactly. But so when fuel comes, the pyro is it starting to get dark? You can kind of see the screens better at that stage.
It's already fairly dark by the time Metallica's taken stage. As we said, they've had that delay, so it's
Oh yeah,
getting
good bump.
on towards 9 o'clock by the time they've started.
Sweet, sweet. And then you slow down then with the Unforgiven.
Yeah, that was cool to see. Not really one of my favorites in the live anymore,
Yeah, it's so
but
played.
I'm glad I got to see it.
Yeah. Rev I May Roam is another brilliant track if you ask me. I think
That was fantastic.
yeah.
One I was like, who knows if they've done the Unforgiven, they might not do this, and then it's like, I'm like, oh, nice, we are going to get this.
And Kale, at this stage, right, are you kind of going, okay, are we getting an instrumental here or because it's usually around that
Yeah,
slot?
I'm starting to just like, hang on, we're now six. This is where Luxa Turner and
Yeah.
If Darkness Screaming should have been.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we not hearing the new songs now?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Was my first concern, and then by the time we got into the staples at the end, it's like we're not getting the instrumental, are we?
Yeah. Yeah.
We're the first show that's breaking that M72 tradition.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. You did get to doodle. How did that go? But you,
That was really cool because they brought back the whole we're going to do local music thing,
yeah, I
and
like
they
that.
played John Butler Trio's Zebra, which
Yeah.
is a song I've always loved. There were people in the crowd that I knew that I had covered that song with before,
Brilliant.
and none of us had a clue that was coming. We all thought it was going to be an AC/DC song.
Yeah, I was full sure it would be AC/DC, especially being in Perth. I was full sure. But yeah, I think if I was there too, I'd be kind of scratching my head going, this is different. Instrumental, like you just said, no 72 season stuff.
Yeah.
And then even after that, then you get The Day That Never Comes, which again, I think is brilliant live.
I'm very thankful because going into it, my bassist in Lines of Conviction was basically saying, "Oh, if they don't in Perth, but they played in Sydney, I quit the band." It's just like, okay then.
Yeah, no, it's
But he got at that, and yeah, just getting the messages from him, he was in. I'm so glad they got that down for him.
there's something special about that song live. I think they dim the lights and there's kind of everyone gets the phones out with the lights and it is quite
Yeah,
emotional, man. It is an emotional
it
point.
is. It really is.
I don't know if that kind of heavy hit even wherever I may roam. I know Unforgiven's a bit mellow as well, but yeah, it's a great track. And then Martin to
Yeah,
Flame, which
yeah.
it does be in the tour, but I guess it's a bit of a treat. It's not always there. It's kind of one of the
I
rotating
I
spots.
I think it had to be for us because you got to remember we
Yeah,
were that 2019 leg that got cancelled when James went back to
yeah,
rehab,
yeah.
and he acknowledged that he's like, well, we haven't been here in so long that we've had two albums out. We're sorry. Here's one off the other one.
Yeah, which was fair. Which was fair.
Yeah,
What's your take on
and
Hardwired?
I still like a lot of that album. Like most people, I am definitely more of a first disc than a second disc, but I actually have to say that I like the flow of the whole thing more on vinyl,
Right.
where
Okay.
it takes Dream No More onto the second disc and puts Am I Savage between Moth and Halo.
Yeah. I like how it ends. Like it's some great track.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Bit at the bone and that.
It's yeah,
Um
it's a
then
great album.
then you kind of yeah, I guess like what you surely you're scratching your head more now like where's the slots? Where's the 72
Yeah,
slot?
it's like something's really weird here. We're on the 72 seasons tour and we are hearing nothing from 72.
Yeah.
And then Nothing Else Matters starts and it's like,
Yeah.
are we even going to hear anything off 72?
Yeah.
Have they crossed that one off with these delays?
What have you got? 5 tracks from the Black album up to this point?
Six.
Well, until yeah,
We had six. Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy.
We've had nothing off Master. We've had two off Ride. We haven't even had anything off Justice. It's like
Yeah,
they've forgotten the 80s happened, didn't they?
I guess it's this, like we were talking about. I guess it's the one day, like it must be hard to do a 1 day set list being Metallica
Yeah. Oh, it
because
certainly would be.
you're trying to please everybody. And I had a buddy that was at the show, and it was his first time ever seeing Metallica, and he was ecstatic. He was like, they played all the hits, it was brilliant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, good for you. But me or you that are diehards or whatever you want to call us,
Yeah.
we'd be a little bit more disappointed. But then I was kind of
Yeah.
reading on Reddit where I think majority of people at the show, it was their first show.
Yeah. And like you get that and it's like, okay, yeah, that's fair. But my show that was just your life in Cyanide because it was the Death Magnetic tour. Harvester, Disposable Heroes, Through the Never, My Apocalypse, No Leaf Clover, Orion, Fight Fire with Fire, Stone Cold Crazy, and Whiplash. All of those were there,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? So my first show was
True.
packed full of them.
I guess they were 15 years younger too, though, which,
Yeah, it
but
was Rob's birthday, but
yeah,
it's still like
yeah. Look,
if I can get that the first time, why is it all hits now?
Yeah, I hear you. I would be slightly disappointed. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Um,
Yeah,
Seek and Destroy then, and then you get Lux
that
Eterna.
was great. Yeah, and Lux Eterna was then, and I now understand why they weren't playing much of that new album here because that was kind of everybody's designated bathroom time.
Okay, okay, okay.
People starting and just going out as I was like, yeah, dicks.
Yeah, let's touch on that album then for a minute. What is your, you think of the instrumental in a Murata?
It's not an instrumental.
Oh, not an instrumental. Sorry, it's more the long end.
The epic.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I will be epic, and I love it.
yeah. Love
I
it.
absolutely love it. Damage Inc. did it the night before at
Wow.
Campfire, and at that was one of the moments that I just about lost it. I just about cried for those harmonies.
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty special. It was a grower on me as well. I seen it live, and I'm like, at the time, I'll be honest, I was kind of like, I would have preferred two tracks instead of that one live, two extra.
Yeah,
But it is a brilliant song, and it is a fan favorite. It kind of got dropped on towards the end of the North American tour,
yeah,
but a lot of people think that's it. It won't come back. There is a couple of tracks, of course, left to play off 72 Seasons. They gotta mix it though. Like
yeah,
Lars and them, like no doubt, like they read Reddit. They'll stuff like they're gonna
yeah,
see people a little bit agitated. I feel like I don't know why. I think Sydney and Melbourne are gonna get something special. I don't know why.
yeah. I'm sure they would, especially if they are thinking this is their last time here. I think they will go out with a bigger bang.
I hope so. I hope so.
You got to look back at the World Magnetic Tour when they were here last time on a full headline run like that. That last night pulled out Unforgiven 3, Cthulhu,
That's
all
right.
that stuff.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
And it was, all right, we know we're not going to be back for a while. Here's everything.
Here you go. Here you go.
So I'm kind of half thinking might do a kitchen sink kind of set list in Sydney. But at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if all that changes is Holier.
Looking at that slot now, you're probably going to get a slot there changed at 3 with Hollier. Yeah, you're probably going to get a slot change at Mott.
Yeah.
You,
I don't know if it will because I think if it changes, it'll still be something from Hardwired.
yeah, that's true also because they didn't come back. And I guess
Yeah.
Lux Eterna.
I think that I might.
I was going to say that.
I don't even think Lux Eterna will.
Oh, they'll
I
have.
think Lux will stay.
I'd say they'll change that around. Them 3 or 4 tracks. I think they will. They're not going to stick with
Yeah.
that one. God, I hope not. So how was the last 3 tracks? Puppets 1 and Sandman.
Oh, they were fantastic. That's
Yeah.
you don't go if you don't like those songs. Let's be honest.
What was the pyro like for 1?
Honestly, after seeing the Fuel and Moth displays, I thought it was actually a little bit less than that, which was surprising.
Wow. Okay.
It was still a great production moment, but after seeing those two so soon before it, it's like, probably could have gone a little bit bigger here.
Yeah, Mott Pyro was brilliant. Excellent.
Yeah. Oh, that really was good. And so was Fuels in that breakdown.
Yes, yes. So yeah, like overall, cool to see your favorite band back in your town, but at the same time,
For sure.
you're kind of going, I wish I just got a little bit more.
Yeah. And look, I don't know if delays had something to do with it because everyone you see that's got one of the stage printed set lists, it all says version 2. So I want to know what that version 1 was like.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Could something like that, something happen? Maybe one of them got sick or you just don't know. Like, but I think you're onto something there. I think Sydney or Melbourne, hopefully Sydney, because you're going to be there, is going to get something.
Yeah.
They're going to go with a bang. I really do think so.
Hell, last time they were in Melbourne, it was the one time they pulled out My Friend in Misery without being part of the Black Album set. So
Another brilliant track.
just saying. Just saying. The back of your mind is you look at the past and it's just like, there's room here. There's
What
something.
what would you love to hear? Like, out of them 16 tracks, you're going to have to get Puppets. You're going to have one Sandman, probably Seek. Like, what
Yeah.
realistically, what like they're not going to play Dyer's Eve, but like, what would you love to hear in Sydney?
There's so many songs I'd love to hear. Even looking at what they have done this tour, I'd really love to hear Leper Messiah.
Yeah, yeah,
I'd love to see Ride the Lightning again.
yeah.
I could, I'd go for a few more choices from 72 Seasons. I'd love to see Hardwired itself.
Would you
I
like to?
really, really want Battery.
Okay. Would you like
Like
to
the one
see
of those slot I haven't seen.
the instrumental? Would you like to see Orion or Cthulhu? Yeah,
I would love to see that back just because it has been the tradition of the tour.
yeah, yeah. It's
And
just
I'm, yeah, saying it now makes me feel like I'm a greedy, you know? But
oh, it's cool.
it's
Look,
just, yeah,
yeah, we can
you
all.
see it the whole time and it's like, oh man, why are we the one?
Yeah, yeah. It's pretty badass when it's on the stage with the cigar and they all come together. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
I want it for that. I want to see that with
I
my own
want
eyes.
that moment as much as anything else. I'd love it to be Cthulhu that we see because I have seen Orion as
Right.
well. And
Yeah.
just to have both would be awesome. But I'm not, as much as I am complaining, I'm not complaining.
I no, it's like I get it, man. I totally get it.
Yeah,
We all love Metallica. It doesn't matter. Seeing Metallica, like we said, in your hometown, it doesn't matter. It's like just that extra bit. You're like, oh, I just wish that we could have this, or if I could create my own set list, this is what I
yeah.
love. But
Oh, 100%.
maybe they're just kind of blowing the dust off. Maybe after this run in Adelaide and moving over to the other side, they might get more comfortable and
Yeah.
some there's
And
something.
James was saying they were still suffering the jet lag. Knowing that there was delays and was probably the kit, they probably went, oh, we've now got 20 less minutes. Let's maybe play it a bit safer. Let's go Unforgiven instead of Fade to Black or Sanitarium because it's a bit shorter. Let's go with, oh, we haven't got time to do all of Orion. Let's go with the day that never comes, you know?
And plus,
I have a feeling there's stuff they threw in there because it saved them time.
and the whole version thing, that's the first time I've heard that with the set list. So that's very interesting. Very,
Yeah.
very interesting.
It just says at the top, it's in tiny little print, it just says V2 on it. It's like, so what was V1?
You're going to get it in Sydney. I hope so, man.
No, I'm pretty much going to Sydney because I feel like it might be the last time, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm hoping it's not. They were still in such good energy.
yeah.
Like leaving the arena, like friends of ours had made a post that says Metallica just gave me the hope that not everything from the 80s has to die soon.
Jesus, yeah, yeah, man, yeah, yeah. It's amazing though. It's just fucking brilliant how good live music is though. Like
It absolutely is.
you play, that's brilliant. Like going to shows, mingling with people, going to tribute acts, going to the pop-up
Yeah.
shop. What Metallica do as a band in a whole, blood drives, giving back to charity, bringing people together that we can all go to these shows, spend a weekend, go traveling, go to different cities, experience new things.
Yeah.
We have a lot to thank them for, and like they are the best band.
We certainly do.
Yeah, we
They and seeing bands like Slayer already gone, Megadeth wrapping it up, and Metallica still sticking by that tagline of Lux Eterna. It is full speed or nothing for them,
yeah,
and they are still full speed. Lars is better than he's ever been.
100%, man, 100%.
So
On fire.
I don't I don't feel this is the last one because it has to be. I feel like it just is going to take them too long to get back.
Possibly, yeah. Like they are. There's no doubt about it. They're touring the shit out of this album. Like it's going on. What?
Yeah. Yep. And we've got a fourth already confirmed.
Yeah, yeah. So and then maybe in Vegas, which I've
Who
heard.
knows?
I've heard is pretty much
I've heard it's
done.
possible.
Yeah, I've kind of heard it's a done deal. But maybe next year. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll
Who
see. Cael, man, it's been a pleasure talking to you. Thanks so much for being flexible with your time. It's your morning. It's my
Yeah,
bedtime.
well, thank you for being so flexible with yours. It'll be after midnight for you, right?
Yeah. Well, it's fine, man. It's okay. Where can people find your music then?
Anywhere you get your music, I have put it out on Apple Music, Spotify, and just because we are here on a Metallica podcast, Napster. It's just one of the ones they throw in for free.
Right, cool, cool. Yeah, I will put a link down below. Go check out Cael's music, and yeah, Cael, go enjoy Sydney, have a smashing time, and I'll say a little bit for you, man, that you get something
Thanks,
special
man.
on the set list. All
Just
right,
open.
hope you enjoyed that one, and please hit that subscribe button. It can really help me out, and we'll catch you in the next one.